As you said, hanging a banner, it's something you'll never forget. It's an extraordinary opportunity for both teams.
Let's start with the Duke Blue Devils, the #1 seed, the outright regular season champion in the ACC. They have had a great year, and one of the things that makes it tough against Duke is you never know who to clamp down on. A bunch of different guys could be their go-to guy on any given night.
Well, Duke has so many weapons on the offensive end of the floor. You don't know who's going to do it on a given night. The issue is going to be lineup flexibility. Duke can go big with Mark Williams, the defensive player of the year in the ACC, but they can go small as well to try to match up with this talented and versatile Virginia Tech offense.
For more on the Blue Devils, let's bring in Holly Rowe.
Well, guys, tonight is Coach Krzyzewski's 93rd ACC tournament game. It is also his last, but he has been very passionate all week, in fact, all season, about not making this about him. This is about this young team and their opportunities ahead. What do you love about the ACC tournament? Give me one great moment.
The one tonight. And, you know, I think this isn't a time to think of past moments. It's a time to be, these guys, it's their moment. You know, that's what I've been trying to do the whole season, is be in their moment. Because the outside wants it to be the past. And these kids have done a really good job. I just hope they can play really well tonight.
Thank you, Coach.
Thanks.
And with their eyes firmly on the future and looking forward, this is a big moment for this young Duke team. 3 freshmen in the lineup. This is their first everything. And Coach Krzyzewski wants to make sure they are enjoying it and embracing it tonight.
Holly, thank you. Now the opponent, Virginia Tech, the 7 seed. No 7 seed has ever won the ACC tournament championship. And if you go back a couple of months when the Hokies were 2-7 in league play, Jay, I don't know how many people believed they could be here tonight.
Well, they certainly believed it. Mike Young never lost his belief in his team, but early on when they were 0-4 in ACC play, Mike Young had talked about having an older team and having them play with edge and tenacity. He wasn't able to do it, or didn't think he could. But he said his team never lost its fight. And even after some dark days, after they lost to Miami, when Charlie Moore hit that big shot, they came back, and they came back big in this tournament. Darius Maddox hit that 3 against Clemson. It was that close to being out or playing for a championship. And Kevin Aluma had 25 points against Duke in December. He's been magnificent in this tournament. One of the toughest matchups you're going to find. And Maddox was outstanding again versus North Carolina with 20 points, hit 4 threes in that one.
That was tonight's Need to Know. Brought to you by Principal Financial Group. Mike Young, he's got experience in conference championship games. The SoCon, Wofford, won 5 of them, 5 NCAA bids at Wofford, and he's got a very experienced team. 3 fifth-year seniors in the starting lineup. The other 2 are juniors. This is a physically tough, mentally tough team with Kyrie Irving in the house cheering on the Duke Blue Devils tonight as they get set to take on the Virginia Tech Hokies. Duke has won 21 ACC tournament championships. As we mentioned, Virginia Tech, which came into the league in 2004, has never won one. In fact, the Hokies' only conference tournament championship anywhere, anytime, was back in the old Metro Conference in 1979. I don't think it's hyperbole, Jay, to say this is one of the biggest games that the Virginia Tech program has had in many a year.
It's an amazing opportunity, but it's an amazing opportunity for this Duke team as well. None of these players have ever won an ACC championship.
They met once during the regular season, late December in Durham. Duke won by 11 in a game in which Virginia Tech led at the half and actually had an 8-point lead early in the second half. As now we've got some confetti, part of the pregame ceremonies, or maybe that's, I don't know if that's for the post-game celebration when one of the teams wins it, but a little bit of stray confetti is falling down onto the floor.
Helps you work on your rebounding.
Mark Williams, Paolo Banchero, and some of the others are picking it up and getting it off the court. Let's take a look while we have a moment at tonight's starting lineups. Brought to you by Kay Jewelers. And Keve Aluma, 19 points per game in 3 games of the ACC tournament, a second-team All-ACC performer. And for the Blue Devils, their usual starting 5 in recent games as well, including first-team All-ACC and ACC Rookie of the Year, Paolo Banchero.
Keve Aluma starts out on Mark Williams. That puts Justin Mutz on Paolo Banchero.
And A.J. Griffin knocks down the first shot of the game.
Just a wide pin down. He curled it and got into the lane. Duke's going to want to attack the paint as often as possible. They did that from the second half of their quarterfinal on. And did it against Miami throughout the game.
Naheem Aline knocks down a 3-year starter and a 39% career three-point shooter.
A lefty really played well against Notre Dame.
And we see even on the first possession, the Hokies putting Mark Williams in a ball screen, got him on a switch. And you expect to see a lot of that tonight as they play on. And Murphy comes up with the ball and gets it over.
Yeah, the first game, Mark Williams didn't play all that much. Duke decided to go small. And Storm Murphy, boy, he's got guts. Handles the ball, and turnovers are going to be an issue in this game. Duke has not been forcing a ton of turnovers in ACC play. In fact, they're underwater in turnover margin, which seems a bit unusual for a team that likes to get out in passing lanes and pressure the ball.
Keels into Williams, who lays it in. Williams was not a very big factor in that regular season game between these two teams, and again, that may have had something to do with the difficulty he might have with Aluma out on the perimeter.
That's really the issue. Putting it into ball screens, and then Aluma would post him up, but post him up not on the block, a little bit off the block.
Hunter Couture tried to reverse it in. It won't go down, and back comes Wendell Moore Jr.
Really what Duke wants to do, or what Virginia Tech wants to do, is pull Mark Williams away from the basket so they can attack.
I love this matchup. Banchero and Justin Mutz. That's one to keep an eye on all night long.
Well, Mutz is incredibly versatile. He's the best passer on this Virginia Tech team. He had a triple-double earlier this year against Syracuse.
Aluma the handoff. Couture open for 3.
Once he sets his feet, forget it. Hunter Couture was recruited by Mike Young to Wofford. And when he recruited him, he said, this kid can play anywhere. And he's proven that to be absolutely true.
Yeah, 3 of the 5 starters recruited to Wofford. 2 of them played at Wofford. Plus Mutz, who started at High Point, then went to Delaware, and then to Virginia Tech. So only 1 of the 5 starters for the Hokies started his career at a high major. Tied at 8. Good pace in the early going here in the championship game in Brooklyn. Can't leave him open. Couture with his second 3 of the night.
Well, if Mark Williams is going to be putting those ball screens, he's going to have to step up and put pressure on that shot. That means shot fake and a drive.
This is a very confident group of Hokies. They come in having won 12 of their last 14. Their 4th game in as many nights. For Duke, it's their 3rd game in as many days. Banchero with a shot clock at 5. Wow. Rattles it home.
There's no hesitation on the part of Paolo Banchero. Good mid-range game. He can shoot the 3. And when he gets downhill with that 255 pounds at 6'10", it is hard to stop him.
What a pass by Murphy out to Aluma. Murphy open in the corner. And how about the shooting early? The 2 teams are a combined 10 of 12.
These teams are both locked in. And just great movement off the ball to set themselves up for shots.
Keels gets to the bucket and lays it in. And anything you can do, I can do better. Up and down the court they're going right now in Brooklyn.
Storm Murphy getting on his teammates to talk and call those screens out. He got picked off. And if he gets picked off, somebody has to pick up Trevor Keels.
Murphy gets by Keels, but Keels recovers.
This is what's difficult, a live ball turnover, but a good job by Virginia Tech to get back and stop the ball.
Banchero to a cutting Keels, who misses the layup.
Well, Virginia Tech's a good defensive team. They're only giving up 62 points a game. That's 2nd in the league.
And a kick ball on Keels. A really good stretch of action to begin this game. How about all the offense?
The only thing Reggie Miller loves as much as Wendy's breakfast is March Madness. So he's watching the entire tournament here in his recliner.
Not gonna lie, it's madness. I got you.
You don't work here. Breakfast Baconator for 5-time All-Star player Reggie Miller.
Hall of Famer.
He didn't know that breakfast was half off in the app, so I schooled him.
I'm coming back here every March. Every single... Yes, Tyler!
Choose wisely. Choose Wendy's. Get half off the official breakfast of March Madness when you order in the Wendy's app.
It's time to start your own business, to turn your dream into something official. LegalZoom has helped launch and support millions of small businesses. Start an LLC, corporation, or nonprofit with LegalZoom. Let's make it official.
Welcome to the Lost City. She has the key to finding the lost treasure. After them!
We gotta go.
Not it, still not it.
You can't tell my dad I died this way. I tell him I was wrestling an anaconda with a sword.
This is my plane. The seats are made of mama llama leather.
I need to get to the island. Lives are at stake.
I also like a steak.
You are weird. Let's go.
The Lost City.
What's up, guys? Hold on, let me turn off my heater. What's up, guys? We've got the Duke Blue Devils versus the Virginia Tech Hokies. ACC Championship. Coach K's last ACC Tournament Championship. Pretty much his last time being involved with the ACC. Great career for Coach K. Before we get into some season stats, let's just go over the game real quick. Hunter Couture is playing great, 2 for 2 from the 3-point line, 6 points for him. Quite honestly, he's somebody that just he needs to play just like this if Virginia Tech wants a chance to win this game. Storm Murphy, 5 points. Keve Aluma, quite honestly, listen, if Virginia Tech wants to win this game, he needs to play Aluma basketball. You understand? Darius Maddox scored 20 off the bench last game. I'm looking for him to have a great game. Go over to Duke's side. Pablo Banchero, 4 points, 2 for 2 from the field, 100%. Jeremy Roach, he hit a 3. He's 1 for 1. AJ Griffin, 2 points. He's got a steal as well. Trevor Keels, 2 points, 3 assists. Wendell Moore, 2 points, 2 rebounds, and an assist. Don't forget to like the stream if possible. Also, don't forget to comment in the chat if you want to talk. And also, please subscribe. That would help a lot. And let's enjoy this game, man. Thank you for tuning in.
Here at the Barclays Center, we showed you Kyrie Irving, so a couple of former Blue Devils in the house, watching their former team try to win an ACC tournament championship.
Duke shooting 75% to start this game. Virginia Tech falling way behind, shooting 71. They really got to pick it up.
The two teams have combined 11 for 15. There has not been a foul called in the game. There has not been a turnover. And almost 5 minutes in, this has been elite offensive basketball. Justin Mutt, shot clock's at 1. Did he get it off in time? Apparently so, but the rebound down to Duke.
Duke has scored 8 of its points in the paint. They are attacking off the dribble and touching the paint, which is providing them some easier opportunities. A little horn set up top, and then a staggered screen up top.
And Jeremy Roach is into the game. Mark Williams is out, so Mike Krzyzewski has already downsized his lineup here against the Hokies. And Roach makes it pay off right away. What a tournament he's had.
He has been so hot. And it seemed to start in the game at Virginia, where he came off the bench at 15 points and played great defense on Kihei Clark. And Clark was off to the hottest start of his career in that game. He had 18 points in that first half.
So now Paulo Banchero effectively the 5-man for Duke, and he'll generally cover Aluma. He got switched off on him now, as AJ Griffin gets a hand on the ball, forces a deflection and a turnover. In transition, Duke cannot capitalize at the other end.
Nice job by Hunter Couture to get back on defense and stop the forward progress of Wendell Moore Jr. And you see here just a little bit of help off, and then Darius Maddox just given too much room to Jeremy Roach, and he has been shooting the eyes out of it of late.
At 19 points a couple of days ago. Let's go to Holly.
Well, Jay, you're absolutely right. There's a reason his turnaround started at that Virginia game, and Coach Krzyzewski told us it's because they sat down and had a film session right before that game. He said he didn't have a bad attitude. He just didn't have the right attitude. He wanted to show them the things that they needed to change on the court. He said sometimes young players get so inside their head, they're worried about too much. Jeremy Roach has just gotten out and started to play, and he has been on fire since that, almost doubling his output since that game.
12 points per game his last 6, Holly, and they might not win the Syracuse game in the quarterfinals without the contributions of Jeremy Roach.
He probably provides Duke's best on-ball pressure as a defender. And he's such an improved playmaker over last year. His assist-turnover ratio way up. And last year, ball security with the guards was somewhat of an issue, but he has certainly matured. And matured to the fact that it doesn't bother him to come off the bench. You know, he's good enough to be a starter, but he comes off the bench and does a really good job when he's in there.
Subs for both teams now. Keel's out, Theo John in, and there's Sean Padula, freshman point guard from Edmond, Oklahoma. And he has been terrific in the ACC tournament for Virginia Tech. 9 points per game in 15 minutes per game in the Hokies' 3 wins.
Well, Mike Young today, when Sean Padula's name was brought up, said he's nuts, but then followed up by saying he's fearless and he can get by people. You know, he looks like Doogie Howser, but he's tough.
He and Storm Murphy sharing minutes at the point. A very effective 1-2 combo for Virginia Tech.
Duke switching these exchanges, dribble handoffs.
Keep an eye on number 13, Darius Maddox, an elite shooter for the Hokies. Keve Aluma doesn't get the bounce off the back of the rim, and it's Duke ball.
Well, good job by A.J. Griffin. Physical defense in the post.
Banchero, a couple of taps at it. Back comes Virginia Tech in transition.
Virginia Tech, when they get the ball in the post, whether it's Aluma or Mutz, they're going to have to make quicker moves.
Padula with Banchero and Griffin coming over to help. That's a lot of size, and it's knocked out of bounds. Mike Young, 3rd year in Blacksburg after a very successful run at Wofford.
Yeah, Wofford, you know, he had some of these guys out here, Storm Murphy and Keve Aluma. Keve Aluma didn't even start. That's how good that team was. Fletcher McGee was the leader.
Turnover by Aluma.
Dave Odom, the great Wake Forest coach, used to talk about how underrated passing and catching was in basketball. And that was a simple pass and catch issue, and just being strong with the ball on an inbound play.
David Gasson, number 1, guarding Banchero. Had an opening for a moment for a 3. Instead kicks it off to Griffin. Step back 3. And the long rebound down to Tech. You got to think a big thing for Tech tonight is to keep Duke off the offensive glass.
Well, Virginia Tech did a great job against North Carolina on the glass. They matched them rebound for rebound, in large part because on the defensive end, all 5 Hokies went to the glass, including the guards. They had 5 bodies down there going after the ball.
Tech coming in as the 7 seed, so again they had to start play 1 day earlier than Duke, and they needed overtime. And they needed a 3 at the buzzer in overtime by Darius Maddox to beat Clemson. Just to get to the quarters, then a fast start against Notre Dame. They won by 7, and then a very thorough effort, a decisive win against North Carolina last night in the semis. Aline bothered by Moore, out of bounds to the Blue Devils.
Moore did a great job closing out on that play. Such a good defender.
8 minutes in, ACC Tournament Championship game. Duke by 2 over Tech.
Welcome to Chuck Cuts. You get unlimited double miles on every haircut with your Capital One Venture card. Everybody in here's bald. Wrong, Sam. Everybody's sporting our new signature March Madness hairstyle, the Chuck Cut.
Jennifer!
Hey, I'm next.
Let this fool mess with your hair?
Oh, I'm just getting a trim, Sam.
Friends, that's what I thought. Ooh. How's it look? Like regret?
Uh-oh.
Chuck?
My bad.
Chuck!
Had a day, gone tomorrow.
Why are you the only man who wants to?
12 minutes in. Well, 8 minutes in, 12 minutes left in the first half. I don't know what I just said. So let's just talk a little bit about Duke. They're the #1 seed in the ACC. They've got Pablo Banchero, 17 points a game, 8 rebounds, 3 assists. Wendell Moore Jr., 13 points a game, 5 rebounds, 4 assists. Trevor Keels, 12 points a game, 3 rebounds, 3 assists. Mark Williams, who was the Defensive Player of the Year in the ACC, he's averaging 11.7 rebounds. AJ Griffin, 10 points, 3 rebounds, and the guard Jeremy Roach, 8 points a game, 2 rebounds, 3 assists. They had a very close game with Miami, 80-76. AJ Griffin exploded for 21 points and 7 rebounds. Pablo Banchero, the usual, 18 points, 11 rebounds, 4 assists expected from him. Wendell Moore Jr. had a great game, 17 points, 6 rebounds. Mark Williams had 9 points, 10 rebounds, and 3 blocks. Great game for him. Trevor Keels, he kind of struggled in the last game. He had 4 points. He was 1 for 7 from the field, and he was 0 from 4 from the 3-point line. Same thing with Jeremy Roach. He kind of struggled from the field. He was 3 for 8, 0 for 3 from the 3-point line. Quite honestly, Jeremy Roach and Trevor Keels need to play tremendous this game in order for the Duke Blue Devils to come away with the win. Let's talk about Virginia Tech real quick. Keve Aluma, great player for Virginia Tech, 15 points a game, 6 rebounds. Justin Mutz, 10 points a game, 7 rebounds, 3 assists. Naheem Aline, 10 points a game, 3 rebounds. Hunter Couture, the sharpshooter, shooting 40% from the 3-point line. He got 9 points a game, 4 rebounds. Storm Murphy, 8 points a game, 2 assists. And Darius Maddox, the sharpshooter, 6 points a game, shooting 54% from the 3-point line. I mean, that's better than most, if not all, of your favorite 3-point shooters in the NBA. They had a great win over UNC, 72-59, knocked out UNC in the ACC tournament. Keve Aluma had 18 points, 4 rebounds, 3 assists. Justin Mutz had 9 points, 4 rebounds, 2 assists. Storm Murphy had 7 points, 2 rebounds, 7 assists. Great game for Storm Murphy. Naheem Aline had 5 points, 5 rebounds, and Darius Maddox came off the bench with 20 points and 6 rebounds. What a great game for him. Before we get back to the game audio, just want to appreciate everybody for tuning in. If you could like the stream, that would be much appreciated. Also, leave some comments in the chat if you want to talk. And yeah, man, let's enjoy the stream. I would also appreciate if you guys could subscribe for more streams like this. And yeah, let's enjoy this game, man.
Would be mentioned at all by Joe Lunardi a few weeks ago.
Well, when that was all going on, one of the things that we had talked about on Bald Men on Campus, a significant show, is that Virginia Tech was the one team that was significantly better than their record, and they've certainly proven that.
A held ball, and the Arrow's going to give it to the Hokies. Mike Young told us, he said to his players, guys, just keep believing, and they kept coming in and practicing hard, and he said when this turns, and it will, it's going to be beautiful. And they're in a great run now for about the last 6 or 7 weeks.
Wendell Moore Jr. guarding Hunter Couture, who got off to such a great start, knocking down those 2 threes. Now Roach switches off on him, a little staggered screen, and he comes off at first. So Duke is switching just about every screen and exchange.
After a very hot start, the Hokies are now scoreless for the last 5 minutes, but still down by only 2. As a kid.
No question.
Pull up won't go for Maddox, and it's down to Keels.
With Duke switching, Virginia Tech is going to have, they're going to have to screen their own defenders to try to get free.
Griffin for three over the outstretched arm of Couture, won't go.
There's an example of everybody going to rebound. It's not just the big guys that have to rebound at defensive end. Everybody has to.
Padula. And Aluma gets held by John, who picks up another foul. Well, Selection Sunday is tomorrow, and we've got you covered. Bracketology starts us off at 6 Eastern on ESPN with Reese, Jay, Seth, and Fonz breaking down the men's field of 68. Then on ESPN and ESPN2, it is our March Madness Women's Selection Special as we reveal the 68 teams and look at every team in a matchup in every region. Continuing coverage at 9 o'clock Eastern, and then bracketology for both the men and the women at 10 Eastern. And, of course, you can watch everything on the app.
I don't know how the decision is made, but the decision to turn the clocks forward at midnight tonight is so cruel.
Nice spinning layup by Hunter Couture to tie it up. So you're worried about a long day on short sleep is what you're saying.
Exactly. It's all about me. I don't know if you've noticed that.
Oh, well.
How about that move by Couture? Of all the smart players on the floor, he's as smart as anybody.
Williams initiating the contact and a foul on Aluma.
Couture can set up drives with his shooting ability. Just gets his shoulders past Jeremy Roach and then spins right off as he overcommits. Set him up the whole way for that spin move right to the basket with the left-handed finish. That's just beautiful. And when you operate in the middle of the floor, it's difficult for people to help. You know, when the ball's on the side, help side is more established. When it's in the middle, it's tougher to establish that help.
Holly, what do you got?
Well, I wanted to say hello to Elizabeth Williams, former All-American for Duke, one of the best women's players in Blue Devil history. She is the sister of Mark Williams, who's shooting right now. She got up at 4:30 this morning in Turkey, where she is playing professional basketball, to watch her little brother. She has been staying up late or getting up early watching a lot of these ACC tournament games. I just wanted to give her a shout out and thanks for being an awesome sister and role model for this young man.
Bet you she doesn't complain about the clocks being turned forward tonight.
No, she's tough.
Aluma, and he returns the favor by drawing a foul on Williams.
Aluma is so crafty in the post. He's got a right-handed hook, a left-handed hook, an up and under move. He's a difficult matchup for Mark Williams because he can go out on the perimeter, knock down a three. He can drive it in a dribble handoff situation. He can even keep it and take it to the basket.
Don't forget to check out our alternate angle of tonight's game, the new called for the foul.
Well, he got his money's worth on that one.
That's his third foul, Jay, and that's an important guy. Again, Mike Krzyzewski's been leaning heavily on his top 6 in this tournament, and he just lost one of them for the rest of the half.
Yeah, he never came to any sort of stop.
As we mentioned, Roach has been so good. In this tournament, the top 6 have played 381 of the 400 minutes for the Blue Devils, and coming into the game tonight had scored all but 2 points. Joey Baker in the game now, a guy who can certainly shoot the ball when he is on and help at the offensive end. Aluma going to work again.
He can shoot it in there with his right or his left hand. That time turned over the right shoulder and put it up softly with that left hand. That is one skilled big guy, Keve Aluma, second team All-ACC for the second year in a row.
And again, with no Mark Williams, Aluma going to work down on the block. Look at A.J. Griffin. Nice kick to Trevor Keels. Banchero had it and lost it. Murphy behind the back. Murphy! 4-point lead, Hokies.
I think his eyes got really big, Storm Murphy's did, when he saw that Joey Baker was guarding him. He felt that was a matchup that he could drive.
4 years at Wofford and now a year at Virginia Tech. Murphy playing in his 161st collegiate game. Griffin cut off by Aluma. 2-on-1. And Aluma's going to finish it to extend the lead, and Mike Krzyzewski calls timeout.
Keve Aluma had been scoreless after that last timeout, but got a favorable matchup down in the post, shot right over with his right hand, and then against Banchero, turns back over that right shoulder, showing that he can shoot just as softly and accurately with that left hand. Then after the turnover, the run out, the little hesitation on the 2-on-1, and took it all the way.
I didn't want her to think for a single second that my erectile dysfunction had anything to do with how much I loved her, how beautiful.
We've got a good one. 4 minutes, 33 seconds left in the first half. Hunter Couture, Hunter Couture, 17 points, 4 for 4 from the three-point line. This is some ACC championship basketball right here, man. 6 for 7 from the field. He's going literally ballistics, right? He's going crazy right now. Storm Murphy, another great basketball player, 7 points, a rebound and assist, 3 for 6 from the field, 1 for 2 from the three-point line. Naheem Aline, 3 points, a rebound, 1 for 2 from the field, and 1 for 1 from the three-point line. Keve Aluma, 6 points, 3 rebounds, 3 assists, 3 for 4 from the field, and he got a steal. He also has 2 turnovers. He's going to have to watch that. Justin Mutz also has 2 turnovers. Justin Mutz isn't really playing well. He's 0 for 1 from the field. He's got 2 assists, though, but he's got 2 turnovers. So he's going to have to watch that. Probably try to turn that around moving forward. Over there at Duke, Pablo Banchero, 8 points, 4 for 6 from the field. We got A.J. Griffin, 6 points, 1 assist. Trevor Keels, 4 points, 3 rebounds, 4 assists. He's picking it up. He's 1 for 3 from the field. He also has a block as well. Wendell Moore Jr., 2 points, 3 rebounds, 1 assist. He's got a block as well. And Mark Williams, he's hooping out of his mind, 2 for 2 from the field, 2 for 2 from the free throw line as well. I have Duke winning this game, quite honestly. I think they're going to go out strong for Coach K to round out his ACC history. But then again, Virginia Tech kind of reminds me of Indiana in a way. I know they lost in the Big Ten tournament, but Indiana, they were those underdogs that basically like everybody kind of wrote off in a way. I don't think Virginia Tech is a team that you can just turn your back on. Look at them. They're up 4 on a team that everybody thought, they couldn't hang with, But moving forward, I do believe Duke is going to win this game. If you guys could like this stream, that would be much appreciated. Don't forget to comment in the chat and subscribe. And yeah, let's enjoy this game.
Baker pulls up from the elbow. Won't go down, to the rebound to Aluma.
Maddox went for that first fake, but really recovered to put pressure on that pull-up jumper by Baker. Good hustle and good recovery by Maddox.
Aluma for three. Yes.
Nice. Just a little ghost screen up top. That's when you go to set a ball screen, but just bail out of it so you don't actually set the screen. So your defender's thinking about guarding a ball screen. All of a sudden, Aluma pops out for the three.
And a foul on the drive by Moore at the other end. 3:09 to go in the half. Keve Aluma only took 1 3 in his 2 years at Wofford. He's taken 132 in his 2 years with Virginia Tech, and he made this one count.
Why was Mike Young holding it back? Holding it back at Wofford.
Oh, my brother, don't you?
Let's just go over some stats real quick. So in that win against UNC, Hunter Couture didn't really play. He didn't play out of his mind the way how he's playing this game. So I'm guessing this was long overdue for him. But I mean, he's shooting 40% from the 3-point line. I mean, this is kind of expected. In terms of him, you know, shooting lights out from 3. But for him to be going 4 for 4, 6 for 7, I mean, this is amazing. Shout out to Hunter, man. He's really doing his thing right now. Keve Aluma, he's out there hooping as well. 9 points, 4 rebounds, 3 assists. Look, man, Duke got to buckle up. I'm gonna say that Pablo is going to have a great second half. Trevor Keels is going to have a great second half. And Wendell Moore Jr. is going to have a great second half. Now with Jeremy Roach needs to play great this game. He needs to play great. Not good, but great. Mark Williams as well. They need him. I believe Mark Williams is kind of that X factor for him. Him being that, you know, that type of defender. He needs to go out there and play some damn defense. You know, Virginia Tech is having like an offensive, play date with them right now. So I'm hoping that Mark Williams can lead that Duke defense out there and, you know, just get some stops. I'm a firm believer in rebounds and assists, and I believe that the team with the higher rebounds and assists wins the game. I say this every stream. So if we take a look at who has more assists right now, Virginia Tech has more rebounds and assists than Duke right now. It's not surprising they're up. So if Duke can move the ball a little bit better, get some better ball movement while also, you know, boxing out, getting some rebounds, I do believe they can inch away at this lead. I mean, besides that, this is going to be a really good game. I can already kind of tell. They're in the Barclays Center. They're playing in Brooklyn. You already heard that Kyrie Irving's at the game, Duke alumni. Yeah, this is going to be a good game, man. If Duke can basically calm down, relax, I think they're kind of rushing things. If they can calm down, relax, get some good buckets, probably work it through Pablo. AJ Griffin had 21 points in their last game versus Miami. So I'm guessing, you know, they should try to work it through him as well. Try to get some easy buckets. He had 21 points and 7 rebounds. Great game for him versus Miami. But yeah, once again, if you could like the stream, that would be much appreciated. Don't forget to comment, chat if you want to talk. Don't forget to subscribe, and let's enjoy this game.
Tech leading by 7. They started hot, then they had a drought, and then they got through the drought, Jay, and they are hot again. Why have they been so good offensively?
Well, they move very well, and obviously they're knocking shots down. This is a really good shooting team, and Hunter Couture getting off to the start that he did. 6 of 7 from the field, 4 of 4 from 3. But Keve Aluma, he's got 4 assists in addition to his 9 points and 4 rebounds in this first half after, you know, not scoring early. They took advantage of some matchups that were favorable. And I still think when he gets Mark Williams down in the post, he'll probably take him out of it, but face him up.
Instead, the handoff to Murphy and the switch. All the Luma's points have come in the last 5 minutes. Murphy step back over Williams. Created a tough shot, almost knocked it down. It's out of bounds, still belongs to Tech.
When we mentioned about Mike Young saying Sean Padula was fearless, I think that applies to a number of other players on the floor, and Storm Murphy's one of them. You know, taking on a 7-footer with a 7'7" wingspan, just stepping back and trying to shoot over him. What a pass.
Wow. And Aluma lays it in over Williams. You mentioned how good a passer Mutz is, averaging 3.5 assists per game. That was a tough one.
That had English on it. That was like one of those Tom Davis baseline passes back in the day when he was at BC and Iowa.
Mutz, an outstanding student as well, currently pursuing his second master's degree. This one is in educational psychology. The answer to the other end for A.J. Griffin.
Educational psychology would have been good for me. I could have contemplated why I was failing. Low cross screen to get Mutz one-on-one in the post against Banchero.
Going at him. And gets the bounce. Boy, that was a lot of hard work down low.
Mutz is so not only unselfish, he can post, he's a good passer, he's just a connector out there. One of the most versatile players in the country.
I think he might be as underrated a player as there is in this league. I mean, he is terrific. Banchero helped by Aline, but Banchero gets through a couple of Hokies to lay it in.
His strength and his ability to pivot and get around defenders. Really good feet.
Banchero 5 for 7, 10 points on the night. The number 7 seed, the Hokies, with a 5-point lead on the 1 seed in Duke. Again, the switch. Murphy drives by Williams, rejected. Griffin is open in the corner, keels the other way to Moore. And Moore bumped by Maddox. Maddox the foul, 16 fouls now on the Hokies.
Talking about Justin Mutz, he's one of the best passers in the league, top 12 in the league in assists. That's just a beautiful pass. And then when he got it going one-on-one against Banchero, 6'10", bigger, stronger, but Mutz just fades away with that little jump hook and gets it to go.
Mike Young wants a timeout. 1:05 to go in the first half. Tech on top by 5.
You want to make pizza night with the family even better? Bam! Get yourself this Parmesan crusted Papa.
Okay, we see Duke slowly trying to cut this lead. They're down by 5, 42-37. Pablo Banchero is just increasing that point total. He's got 10 points, 5 for 7 from the field. He's got no other stats though besides a block, which is kind of strange because he's a great rebounder. Maybe you can get some rebounds for them in the second half. Keve Aluma's playing great. 11 points, 4 rebounds, 4 assists. He's got a steal as well, but like I said, he's got to watch those turnovers. He got 2 quick turnovers. Storm Murphy, 7 points, 1 rebound, 2 assists, 3 for 8 from the field, 1 for 2 from the 3-point line. And the crazy part about this is that Hunter Couture, as hot as he is from the 3-point line, he also has 2 quick fouls. So I'm guessing that's why they took him out, which is tragic. It is tragic. But if you guys could like the stream, that would be much appreciated. Don't forget to comment, subscribe, and yeah, let's get back to this game. Looks like it's back on.
The committee stacks up. Let's say they both lose tonight. Virginia Tech tonight and Texas A&M tomorrow. They've been so good lately. They've been so hot. How do you stack up, being hot now versus overall resume? Are you looking for the best teams now or who's done the most? It's a, it's a gray area, right?
It's a combination of things.
Murphy whips a pass to Aline. Open for a moment, Aluma.
There he is facing him up this time and then attacking.
Nothing doing. And a shot clock violation. Mark Williams, the leading shot blocker of the ACC, shows you.
Just a big-time play when you're trying to go back to the basket against Mark Williams. That's advantage Williams. Aluma faced him up, but Williams stayed in front, still tried to shoot over, and that is all ball. He blocked that with his wrist. At 7'7" wingspan, to be able to knock that back with the left hand. That's a big time block on the ball.
Shot clock turned off. 21 seconds remain in the half. Duke ball. Where they got pushed by Syracuse in the quarters, they got pushed by Miami in the semis, and they're getting pushed again here in the final.
The horn set. So we're probably going to see Williams dive to the basket. In the double screen.
Griffin gets a good look. Can't make it. And the first half will come to a close with the 7 seed Virginia Tech leading Duke by 3. Hunter Couture, despite missing the last few minutes after picking up a second foul, an enormous first half, 17 points. Paolo Banchero leading the way for Duke with 10. This is fun. Lots more to talk about. Let's go to Reese, Seth, and Fox.
All right, Dan, really entertaining first half. No 7 seed has won the ACC tournament. Virginia Tech certainly trying to turn that around. What a first half from Hunter Couture. It wasn't just his shooting, though, as Fonz and Seth are here. What did Virginia Tech do to create the matchups that were favorable to the Hokies?
Virginia Tech was playing chess. Duke was playing checkers defensively. What Virginia Tech was doing is they were creating switches out of their offense and then attacking those matchups. What a masterful job Mike Young and his team did and his players did executing that game plan. They moved Hunter Couture all through the action. And when they moved him through the action, they created him easy scoring opportunities, creating switches. If you watch Couture on the lower left-hand side of the screen, he's coming off a little handoff. They laid on the switch. Mark Williams is late. He knocks down the 3. Again, creates the same exact switch. You go under on that switch, you got to switch up. If you don't, he's going to knock down that 3. Watch him curl, tight curl, bad communication. He gets to the rim. And then they absolutely exploited Paolo Banchero on the defensive end. As good as Banchero was offensively, he really struggled on the defensive end.
Exceeded what he did in the first meeting against Duke, but that was way back in December. Virginia Tech was in the midst of a real slide. 17 points. If he hadn't picked up that second foul, he might have had more, but Paolo Banchero, for some occasional defensive lapses, was assertive at times on offense.
Yeah, and that's what he has to be at 6'10", 255 pounds. He can't just settle. He can play bully ball off the dribble anytime he wants to. When he's at the rim and finishing that way, there's no one who can stop him. That's not only going to be important for them to finish off this game and win it tonight, but that's going to be the key of whether they can win a national title if he's aggressively putting his shoulder down, getting to the front of the rim. Seth, I will say this. Virginia Tech's a great three-point shooting team. They're the 4th best three-point shooting team in the country at 39%. But I wonder if their legs will start to get fatigued and those threes will start to get short. They got to start to continue to
go inside
attack.
to Aluma.
Yes.
I mean, the biggest thing that Virginia Tech did is Duke never made him feel him.
Yes.
I mean, Duke never took him out of a rhythm. Virginia Tech is a rhythm offensive team. They move the ball to move people. They're a hard-cutting team. You've got to make it hard for them to reverse the ball. You've got to take away a cut. You've got to run someone off the rhythm. They didn't do that the whole first half.
Virginia Tech, 39% on the season, 70% in the first half. A 3-point lead on Duke at the break. Big 12 championship game, Texas Tech and Kansas. David McCormick stripped by Kevin McCullough. Terrence Shannon would finish. Red Raiders trying to win their first Big 12 tournament championship, had the lead. Remy Martin, Ochai Agbaji.
Remy Martin is really the key of them getting to the Final Four and winning the national championship. If he's healthy, he's able to create his own shot set and create for others. He did that today.
Martin, Wilson, and McCormick were absolutely terrific to complement Brown and Agbaji. If that happens, they're going to be really tough to beat.
Kansas almost certainly going to be a 1 seed. They win at 74-65. It is Kansas' 12th Big 12 championship. The rest of the conference, 13 combined in the 25-year history of the 25 tournament history of the Big 12. Hokie high, up by 3.
People all over the world have my disease. The cure is finally possible.
Michael, it worked.
Not exactly. There's something inside of me.
So let's talk about this interesting game, right? It's a very interesting game. Quite honestly, I think I don't want to sound like a hater when I say this, but definitely this would have been a different game if Hunter Couture didn't catch fire and just go nuts this first half, right? That's just my opinion. I think Duke came out great, honestly. They could have played a little bit better defense, but they played great. I mean, everybody's shooting okay besides Trevor Keels, but he still has a great stat line: 4 points, 4 rebounds, 4 assists. You know, he's doing it all right now. But it's really just Hunter Couture. Hunter Couture came out here and just decided to blitz Duke. Decided to blitz Duke out the gates, you know. And if he didn't pick up those 2 quick fouls, who knows what the score would have been. It might have been worse for Duke, you know. Moving forward, though, I do believe that Duke is going to control the pace this second half. And that's really what every basketball team that wants to win a game, that's really what it's about. Controlling the pace of the game. Don't allow the game to get out of your hands, right? So even if somebody goes on a run, that's fine. You still need to control the pace of the game. So somebody could go out there and score, a team could go out there and score 3 straight times. All right, that's fine. I mean, well, it's not fine if you're down big, but if the score is okay, get that ball back, control the pace, slow it down, take back control of that basketball game. This game is not far away from reach for Duke. If they can just control the pace of the game, slow everything down, I think they need to start working through Pablo and AJ Griffin. AJ Griffin had a big game last game versus Miami. He had 21 points, which is very, very different than what he averages from 10 points a game, So I do believe he's got the hot hand from the previous game. And same thing with Pablo. Wendell Moore also had 17 in that last game versus Miami. And I mean, I really do think that Duke can win this game. Trevor Keels needs to step it up. He's pretty much, if we're being honest, Trevor Keels kind of is that glue guy. There's a glue guy on every team. I think Race Thompson's the glue guy for Indiana. Who will be the glue guy for Kentucky, though? Kentucky's glue guy will probably be Severe Wheeler. He's a glue guy for this Duke team. Without a doubt, Trevor Keels is that glue guy. He needs to go out there and pretty much be efficient. It's good he doesn't have any turnovers, but yeah, he's doing everything great. He just needs to shoot the ball a little bit better. He's 1 for 4 from the field, 0 for 2 from 3. So if he can start shooting the ball a little bit better while still continuing to distribute the ball, rebound, do everything he's doing on the other side of the court, then yeah, I think Duke is fine. Like I said, I do believe Hunter Couture just going crazy that first half is why Virginia Tech is up, because besides that, Virginia Tech really is not playing that much different in terms of how do I put this? If you take a look at Virginia Tech scores, right? Kevin Aluma, we expected him to have 11 points by now. He also has 6 rebounds, 4 assists. He's playing great, but guys like Naheem Alini, he's not really playing that good. He's only got 3 points, and he's averaging 10 a night. He's averaging 10 points a night. Guys like Justin Mutz, he's not playing that good as well. He's got 4 assists though, but he's got 2 turnovers as well. He's 2 points, 1 rebound, 4 assists. Storm Murphy's playing great. He's playing just around the way he's supposed to be playing right now. But besides that, it's really Hunter Couture's explosion that first half. That to me is why Virginia Tech is up 3. So if Hunter can keep that up that second half, then Virginia Tech might come away with a steal win. But I honestly do believe that Duke is going to slow things down and get that ball rolling. And I don't think they're going to lead this game without getting the W for Coach K to round out his ACC career. But besides that, thank you guys for tuning in. Don't forget to like the stream if possible. Don't forget to comment in the chat. And let's see if the guys are back to talk about halftime.
Yes, please.
And they are not. I'm going to tell you guys something. I say this every stream. If you guys can only know the money these guys are making every game, they're making bank, man. These guys like the NCAA, the NBA, the NFL, whoever it is, they're making bank. It's actually ridiculous to think about. But how I feel moving forward for Duke, do I think they're gonna win the whole tournament though? Not just the ACC, but like the NCAA tournament. I don't know, man. Kansas is a team that I like. Remy Martin. I like what's his name, McCormick, or I think that's his name. Yeah, I like that team. I really like Kansas' team. I'm not really a Kansas fan. I don't really watch Kansas basketball, but I love Kansas basketball. They're one of those teams that, you know, I don't know, man. It's just you can kind of tell that unit is kind of close knit. They play together. Kentucky also, they're not that bad. I was surprised Kentucky lost to Tennessee though, but I think they just gotta shoot that ball a little bit better for me to take them more serious for the tournament. But Duke, man, I don't know. Duke, there's something special about this Duke team, you know. And I guess maybe it is because, you know, it's Coach K's last year, but there's something special about this Duke team. I mean, they were 28-5 this year. They don't know how, they don't, like, it's weird for them to lose almost, you know. Like, it's not really common for them to lose. So we'll see how they move forward in this game, and pretty much in the tournament we'll see if they can get that chip for Coach K. Appreciate you guys for tuning in. If you could like the stream, that'll be much appreciated. Comment in the chat, and yeah, let's enjoy this game. Oh my gosh, all these ads. It's like, I'm telling you, in games like this, man, it's like a couple 100,000, maybe even some millions for an ad for 30 seconds to a minute, whatever. Like, these companies pay so much money for ads, and these schools, or not schools, but like organizations, they're making bank, man. It's crazy to me. Literally ads everywhere.
This is Selection Sunday, breaking down both the men's, so everybody's got a fair opportunity, and women's brackets. This is a really tough region. Bracketology at 6, and the NCAA Women's Selection Special on ESPN.
To the bracket reveal, the committee is doing work. Joe Lunardi telling us that in his judgment, the final Sunday variable, Richmond made the A-10 final. They could potentially be a bid stealer if it were, and knock one of those teams off the bubble. We'll have it all for you on bracketology starting at 6 o'clock Eastern time. We start the tournament path to New Orleans. Mike Krzyzewski, his final half in his storied career in the ACC tournament play. This has been the Halftime Report.
Your heart really is racing. It's very challenging.
It makes a great finish. Even in perfect conditions, it's still a stressful environment just because there's danger lurking at every single hole.
You look at 16, 17, 18, and what an exciting three-hole stretch. It causes so much drama, causes so much stress.
You play some of the most famous holes in golf coming down the stretch, and that's where the champions are made.
Your team is on a streak. A losing one.
I need Indeed.
Indeed you do. An Indeed resume gets right to work for you, so you can find that better fit fast.
Can you think of a time things didn't go as you planned?
How much time do we have?
All this heat around Jimmy John's new sandwich, boss said he needed to take some time to relax.
Come on!
Get his mind off the Zesty Garden Turkey Club.
Is that
Yes, it is. Try and forget about the pickled red onions, herb aioli, roasted tomatoes, and the meats.
Stirred or shaken?
Did you say turkey and bacon?
Jimmy? John! How you doing?
Hey, T, your shoes! I'm gonna come get them.
Little R&R, fix you right up.
The new Zesty Garden Turkey Club, for a limited time at Jimmy John's.
Now is the time to experience Lexus at the Invitation to Lexus sales event.
Get $1,500 lease cash toward a 2022 RX 350.
Dangerous.
Hokies leading the #1 seed, the Duke Blue Devils, as we welcome you back to ESPN's Champ Week presented by Principal. This is the 2022 New York Life ACC Tournament. Hunter Couture just couldn't miss. 6 for 7, 4 for 4 from 3, 17 points. A fantastic first half before he went to the bench after picking up his second foul. Offensively, Duke a little bit more balanced, led by Paolo Banchero, the only Blue Devil in double figures. He had 10, but interestingly did not have a single rebound in the first half. What a good 20 minutes of basketball between these two teams. Dan Shulman, Jay Billis, what caught your eye?
Well, both teams shot 57, 58%, but Virginia Tech 7 of 10 from 3. Can they keep that up, playing their 4th game in 4 days? And it's interesting, of the 10 assists that Virginia Tech had in that first half, 8 of them came from Keve Aluma and Justin Mutz. They're playing through their big guys, and their guards are the beneficiaries.
Let's check out the first half stats brought to you by Audi. Duke giving up as many points in the first half as they have in any game this year. As Jay said, Virginia Tech 7 for 10 from 3, 4th in the nation in three-point field goal percentage on the season. They rely on this at a great half for Keve Aluma. Here's Holly Rowe.
Duke assistant coach John Shire told me that most of their conversation at the half centered around defense. He said Virginia Tech is a challenging team to prepare for in short notice because they run so much on offense. He said we cannot keep losing shooters on those threes, giving up 7 threes in the first half. He said we are trying to switch things, make it challenging for them to get through shots, but they cannot keep losing Couture. The most important thing we have to do is talk. He said that's the most important thing here in the second half. When we're switching, when we're changing defense, if you talk, you'll help each other out.
And again, a young team. Yes, they're very talented, but 3 freshmen playing against a very experienced group of Hokies as Naheem Aline extends the lead.
Looked like Naheem Aline was going to shoot behind that screen set by Keve Aluma, but just gave a little hesitation move and went right to the basket. And Mike Krzyzewski not happy with the turnover, and then not happy with the way his team responded on the defensive end.
35 seconds into the second half, Mike Krzyzewski uses a timeout as Duke coughs it up, and then Naheem Aline with the drive and the lay-in. Hokies on top.
Let's talk about what is professional today. We can flip the script by getting...
Professional does not have shape, does not have limits. I've been a janitor, I've been a designer, I've been an executive.
Creating my own seat at the table was doing things different than how it's ever been done before.
It's just like an ebb and a flow. Dad life, work life.
It's all life. There's work, and there's what works for you.
Professional is you. Professional is us.
It's ours to define.
When you shop at Target, you leave with what you value most, like healthy foods and brands that lift our communities. At Target, the things that matter are always within reach.
Guys, ready for this madness?
An animated Mike Krzyzewski in the huddle calling a timeout just 35 seconds into the second half after a turnover on the offensive end and an uncontested layup on the defensive end. And again, for the third night in a row, the Blue Devils have their hands full, this time with Virginia Tech. The Hokies by 5 trying to win their first ever ACC tournament championship. Duke has won this tournament 21 times, 15 of them during the Coach K era. The tip is up and good for Mark Williams.
A good use of the left hand by Williams, but when Duke gets the ball from one side of the floor to the other, moves the defense, then they've got an opportunity to drive and get into the middle. That's what Trevor Keels did on that last one. It was because of the ball reversal that he was able to get that drive. Got a switch now. Williams. Now Keels on Aluma.
Murphy wanted Aluma to post up so he could get him the ball. Instead, Murphy trying to create. Couture. It's been his night, hasn't it? His fifth on to Banchero, but Banchero wins the battle.
Well, and Mutt's shaking his head a little bit. He played great defense to challenge that shot. Stop the drive and challenge the shot. Banchero just made a better shot than the great defense.
Aluma defended by Williams. And a foul on Williams. That will be number 2.
And that's why you want to face up Mark Williams instead of backing him down. Facing up, Keve Aluma could use that handle, crossover, get him on the move. Got him moving one way, spun back, and then just that left arm came down. And when it comes down, you just go right up into it. Really smart offense by Keve Aluma,
who had a big night against Duke in the loss at Cameron back on December the 22nd. Had 25 points and 10 rebounds in that game. In that game, as we mentioned, Aluma and Mutz, the two front court guys, they carried the load. They combined for 45 in the loss. It's been a much different story tonight as Hunter Couture has led the way, but Aluma really starting to put together a big night. 13 points, 6 rebounds, and 4 assists. Griffin, no. And a good block out by Mutz, allowing Couture to get the rebound.
That's a shot Griffin can make, but it was well defended by Naheem Aline. He was right there.
Couture inside. Missed the left-handed lay-in.
Wendell Moore Jr. didn't give up on the play. Couldn't really blow up that dribble handoff. When you blow it up, you just try to get between the cutter and the ball so that you can't make it, but make that handoff cleanly. But the Hokies were able to do that. He turned the corner, but Moore wouldn't give up on the play and really challenged it at the rim.
And Aluma was called for a foul on the play, his second. Banchero pulls up, not this time. Rebound down to Couture.
And the guards continue to come down to rebound. If it's long or it's loose, the Virginia Tech guards have been on it. A wide pin down for Couture. He curls it and throws back.
Mutz giving up some size in this matchup with Banchero. And out of bounds.
That was an opportunity to put a little more distance. Get it to 8 or 9 with a score.
Wendell Moore driving by Couture, muscles it up and in.
Boy, a lot of body contact, but a really strong drive. And Storm Murphy didn't want to leave the hole there to come over and try to draw that charge. Open up a passing lane.
8 points, 5 rebounds now for Moore, second team all-league during the regular season. Couture's got Williams on him, shoots over him and hits again. 6 for 6 from 3.
Hunter Couture is on fire. And he didn't hesitate. With Williams switched out on him, that 7'7" wingspan, all he saw was the basket.
Tech by 7. Heels has it knocked away. Couture. Williams giving chase. And a foul.
Right, not a smart play by Mark Williams, but a great play by Hunter Couture to get to the rim as quickly as he could, and Mom likes it.
What a performance thus far by Hunter Couture, leading the way for Virginia Tech.
Has Hunter Couture even touched the rim? This might be the only time. That even went through clean. It's been a night of swish for Hunter Couture.
People all over.
Hunter Couture came out with a purpose to destroy Duke today. This guy has 25 points. Mind you, Hunter Couture averages 9 points a game. He averages 9 points a game. He came out with a mission. 25 points, 9 for 11, 6 for 6 from the 3-point line. What's in his juice? Okay, there's something in his juice, man. For anybody who watched Space Jam, you know what I'm talking about. There's something in my boy's juice. They put something in his juice, or he just hates Duke with a passion. Keve Aluma, 13 points, 6 rebounds, 5 assists, 5 for 7 from the field. He's playing amazing as well. It's just confusing. And I'm telling you guys, definitely Duke was not prepared for Hunter Couture to come out here and drop 25 on their head with 15 minutes left in the second half. I promise you they weren't. That was not something they were thinking about. If anything, they were probably thinking about Darius Maddox, because he had 20 last game. So they were probably thinking about Darius. Oh yeah, we got to make sure we stop him. Nope. The other shooter decided to go crazy today. We go over to Duke is not playing bad at all. It's just they're getting beat badly by Hunter Couture, man. 12 points for Pablo. AJ Griffin has 8. Wendell Moore Jr. has 8 and 5. Mark Williams has 8 too. He's got 3 fouls though. Damn, their best defensive player has 3 fouls, so he's gonna have to watch it with that. Same thing with Jeremy Roach. He's got 3 fouls. He's got to watch it with that, man. It's unfortunate. I don't know. This is just confusing. I will be honest. This is confusing. To think that Hunter Couture will come out here and do this is crazy. Quite honestly, players like this, how do I put this? They're showing, they can play on the big stage. You understand? A lot of NBA teams are going to be watching this Hunter Couture guy like, okay, on the biggest stage as well, the ACC championship. All right, we got it. And he's going to be in a lot of GM's minds moving forward for that draft. But he's playing amazing, man. Way to knock down that 3 ball. 6 for 6 from the 3. My goodness, that is crazy. If you that's actually crazy. I'm at a loss for words, man. 25 points, good game for I'd be lowballing him if I say good game. Amazing game from Hunter Couture. But we will be going back to the game audio very soon. Don't forget to like the stream if possible. If you're also interested in commenting in the chat, you're more than welcome to. Don't forget to subscribe as well. That would help. And yeah, man, let's get back to this game.
Season in Tallahassee. Holly's got more.
His brother Bryce, a big applause, because he's the one who actually taught him how to shoot that 3 ball. His mom, Kathy, told me that they had a little tight basket in their living room and that they would go at it for hours on hours. They would have to drag them out of there. It was so severe, they actually wore the carpet down to the nubs in their living room. So Bryce, shout out. Little brother learned how to shoot, and he's making you proud tonight.
Isn't it amazing how often the story is little brother learned something from or had to be tough because of big brother, and how often that pays off down the road.
I learned a lot from my big brother, like how to get beat up.
Jesus, I don't notice that it's toughened you up, actually. So. the first miss from 3 for Couture.
Virginia Tech on the defensive end, the last possession doubled the post from the baseline with a guard. It was actually Couture when it went into Banchero. Let's see if they continue to do that. switch things up defensively.
Meanwhile, the last foul before that last time out was on Mark Williams, his third. He's gone to the bench. And now it looks like Banchero headed to the free throw line. They got Justin Mutz, his second.
Went with a spin move again in the post. And when he spins, he's just so big and strong. You're going to have to give some ground.
So Banchero, the leading scorer for Duke, at the line with a dozen. Don't forget to check out our alternate angle of tonight's game, the New York Life Above the Rim Cam, streaming live on the ESPN app. At stake tonight, obviously, an ACC championship. In addition, Duke with a win, you would think that would give them a shot at a 1 seed. Virginia Tech with a win, obviously the automatic bid. If they lose, who knows? They'll have to wait till tomorrow to find out their fate if they lose tonight, but they are intent on winning with a 6-point lead here on the 1 seed. Murphy almost slid, almost traveled, and eventually turned it over anyway. Keels deflected by Couture to break up the lob attempt. And Couture at the other end.
What a play by Couture for the deflection, and the pass by Murphy. Spectacular.
And then the offensive foul as Murphy takes a charge.
Well, you are seeing a smart and savvy Virginia Tech team play. These guys know how to play. I mean, this is a great play by Hunter Couture. The only one back. Got his hands up, just got a finger on the ball. But watch this pass by Storm Murphy to hit Couture in stride for the easy layup. And then Storm Murphy laying his body on the line to pick up. That's a fourth now for Jeremy Roach.
And he's still on the floor with better than 14 minutes left in the game. Mark Williams on the bench with 3. Next man up would be Joey Baker, who played the last few minutes of the first half. Wide open, Maddox. Followed by Gasson, not there. Maddox again. And it belongs to Duke.
When Maddox set a little cross screen for Keve Aluma, wound up wide open in the lane. Might have rushed that shot a little bit. But oftentimes the screener is the one that's going to be open in any action.
Still a long way to go in this one, but what a performance by the Hokies so far to lead by 8. Now they had an 8-point lead early in the second half of the regular season matchup down at Cameron. Duke came back and won by 11, but of course that was in December, and so much has changed about both teams since then. Trevor Keels coming out. Williams back in, and Roach remains in the game with 4 fouls.
Duke runs this alignment a lot. They can do a lot of different things out of it.
Banchero, the spin, the finish, and the foul.
Anytime he drives right, if you try to cut him off, he's going to spin back. Naheem Aline came over to try to sit on that. Now watch Aline, just a little bit late, winds up getting the foul as he goes up. That is one strong guy, Paolo Banchero.
A big offensive night thus far for Banchero. Missed the free throw. Padula now in at the point. Murphy on the bench for the Hokies.
Got a switch now off that just high ball screen. Now Roach is on Aluma. Got to get him the ball.
They do.
He's a good passer.
Padula the shot fake and the kick. Clock at 3. Padula knows it. A couple of opportunities for the Hokies. They can't convert, but it's still their ball. The Hokies winning the rebounding battle so far tonight in this game.
Well, they have gang rebounded on the defensive end.
Remember, Williams has 3 fouls. Aluma, Gasson cutting and hitting.
Such a good passer, Keve Aluma, and a terrific cut by Gasson, whose brother Lucas played at East Tennessee State, Oklahoma State.
That's now 6 assists for Keve Aluma. That's the first rebound of the night for Paolo Banchero.
Virginia Tech talking, communicating on defense with their switches. They do a good job of staying in front.
Tough shot by Roach.
Another guard rebound. Naheem Aline going down there, the defensive rebound, help out the big guys.
And Tech getting a little bit of rest for Storm Murphy, Hunter Couture right now, and maintaining the lead.
Mark Williams has spent a lot of time switched out on guards.
Now Banchero on Padula, who just launches one with the shot clock running down. An empty trip for the Hokies. And Roach fouled. Gasson reaching in to take us to a timeout. Well, Keve Aluma can beat you in a number of different ways, Jay.
Better deal.
Bring in Dad from Sarasota?
Dads are great, but let's say, show me the Carfax value.
There's a lot of grabbing that goes on of cutters. It hasn't been much in this game. This game has been well officiated and very clean, but a lot of games you see guys grabbing cutters, and they always grab the good ones.
So Williams has 4. Looks like Theo John's coming in. Roach is playing with 4, and the officials evidently are at the monitor to decide if this should be a flagrant 1.
I guess technically you could say it wasn't a basketball play, but guys clutch and grab all the time. So I can't say that I've seen this called an F1, but it's smart of the officials to take a look at it.
Well, there's definite foul trouble right now for Duke. 2 of their top 6, each with 4 fouls, with over 11 minutes left in the game. And Virginia Tech with the ball and an 8-point lead here in the final.
Pin and screen. Got the shot they wanted. Aline just didn't knock it down.
Roach open. Bodies flying.
Looked like it'd be Aluma.
Yeah, I think so. Number 3 on Keve Aluma. And it looks like that's going to send him to the bench, and he's frustrated. Doesn't want to come out. As now David Gasson, the sophomore from the Netherlands, comes in.
Yeah, that changes the makeup of the offense for Virginia Tech. You don't want to try to play a little bit more through Justin Mutz, who's guarding Theo John underneath.
And you wonder if Banchero might be a little bit more aggressive with Gasson than he might be with Aluma. I mean, Gasson clearly giving up strength and size in this matchup. And here he goes. The kick. He draws a crowd, kicks it to Moore, who buries the 3. Boy, that didn't take long.
Banchero just powered down the lane. He took 3 Hokies with him.
Yep. The Duke fans coming back to life now midway through the second half.
Got a switch now. John is on. Now Banchero switches off. So John switches on to Mutz. Banchero on Murphy.
Mutz backing down. John scores.
First he faced him up, then went with his back to the basket. And you knew that Virginia Tech was going to want to play through Justin Mutz. He's their best passer, gets one-on-one in the post. Duke decides not to double. But when he faced up, that gave him a little bit of an angle. That's just a strong, tough move by an incredibly versatile player. Justin Mutz started his career out at High Point University, then wound up at Delaware before coming to Virginia Tech.
The lead is 7.
Gasson giving Banchero a ton of space out there. And he can take that up with the dribble.
Banchero called for the offensive foul. Gasson knocked to the court. Mike Krzyzewski doesn't like it one bit.
It's hard to argue with. I mean, he had 2 feet on the floor, chest to chest. Big possession here for Virginia Tech. And look at the difference in points off turnovers. Duke is not a turnover forcing team the second half of the season.
Couture having the night of his life, a career high 28.
Now Mutz has more on him.
Spins by him, lost it though. Boy, he had him beat, just lost the handle.
Had the angle. Just lost it.
A 4-guard lineup right now for Tech with Mutz in the middle. And really 4 perimeter players for Duke as well, although they're all bigger than Virginia Tech's perimeter players.
And Mutt's really working hard on Banchero.
Couture does a nice job to stay in front of Griffin. It made him take a tough shot, but it's going to go.
And that is not easy for a right-handed player to shoot that turnaround jumper over that left shoulder.
Murphy. Boy, he just won't give up the dribble unless he has to, and it really paid off.
Just a magician. Took him right, stepped back, and then left to go to the other side of the rim.
Didn't you say Nash-esque a little bit earlier tonight?
Well, by keeping his dribble.
Yes, that's what I mean. Keeps the dribble alive. Really creates a lot of different things. Keels fouled by Maddox.
Well, Keels just so strong. Even though he lost the ball in there. Maddox is a terrific athlete, but he steps back and then crosses over, gets to the other side of the rim. A.J. Griffin couldn't recover. That's big time stuff by Storm Murphy right there.
And again, 4 of the 5 Virginia Tech starters either started their careers at or were recruited to start their career at a low or mid-major. Couture was recruited to Wofford, then came with Mike Young. Keve Aluma, Storm Murphy both played at Wofford under Mike Young and eventually came to Virginia Tech. And as you just mentioned, Justin Mutt started at High Point. And here they are in the ACC championship against one of the top teams in the country with a 6-point lead in the second half. In a season, as we mentioned earlier, in which they were 2-7 in league play in late January. They've won 12 out of 14 since.
Got a switch again off the ball screen.
Murphy, a great pass, and Maddox gets it to go.
How did he find him? What a great play by Storm Murphy. Yet again. He has controlled the game.
His 5th assist. Keels fouled on the drive.
Duke continuing to attack off the dribble and get into the lane. Well, Storm Murphy has just controlled the game with his ball handling and his decision making. Going against Banchero, steps through, and then a good cut by Maddox. And what a great find by Storm Murphy.
The best thing to order is when you are sitting at soccer practice, order it through your phone while you're sitting there, and then you go and pick it up.
But you're much more of a planner than me.
I am.
And that's what I love about you.
Yes.
You know, I'm not that prepared. It's more seat in my pants.
Nothing here.
It's like, at this point, it's like I said, Hunter Couture, he must have some type of hate towards Duke, man. My guy has 28. This is, once again, guys, this is somebody that averages 9 points a game. He has 28 points. 28 of them things. 2 steals, 3 rebounds. Keve Aluma, 13 points, 6 rebounds, 6 assists. Another great game for him. Pablo Banchero, 16 points, 2 rebounds, and an assist. He also has a block as well. Wendell Moore Jr., 11 points, 6 rebounds, 4 for 7. He's having a good game. A.J. Griffin, 10 points, 4 for 9. Jeremy Roach, I mean, he's not. He needs to start converting some baskets, man. 3 turnovers, 4 fouls. I mean, yeah, it's not looking good for him. Trevor Keels not putting no shots in the basket, man. 5 points, 4 rebounds, 4 assists, 1 for 5 from the field. If I'm not mistaken, in their last game, Trevor Keels was 1 for 7 from that game with Miami. So Trevor Keels and Jeremy Roach are both basically 2 straight bad games. They got 7 minutes to, turn this thing around. But yeah, let's get back to this game. Don't forget to like the stream if possible. Thank you guys for tuning in.
Generator, your life goes on uninterrupted because you'll have power when you need it the most.
With the Generac, it powers our well, our refrigerator, and my CPAP machine, which are all things that we need to survive on a day-to-day basis.
Get the security and peace of mind your family deserves with a home standby generator from Generac. 8 out of 10 home generators are Generac, with thousands of satisfied customers.
It's a peace of mind to get the Generac generator. That was the best investment that we could have ever made.
Prices start at just $19.99, and owning a generator is easier than ever. Special financing is available with low monthly payment options. Act now, and you will also receive a free 7-year warranty valued at $695. Call or go online now to request your free quote.
In his journey, the process has always been more important than the results.
Every day I had an opportunity to be with the best.
But this time, his final time, the results take on a deeper meaning.
It's not just about opportunity, it's about someone believing in you.
With every breath, with every step, a final walk.
Well, the number of games remaining into Mike Krzyzewski's legendary coaching career dwindling, obviously. Just the NCAA tournament remains after tonight. Mike Krzyzewski has always treasured this event, the ACC Championship. Duke has won 15 titles with him at the helm. This is his 22nd time in the championship game. But they are trailing by 7, just under 8 minutes to go here against Virginia Tech.
Storm Murphy in this ball game, 9 points, 5 assists, just 1 turnover. His floor leadership has been invaluable.
They've been led by Murphy. The offensive output of Couture. Keve Aluma's had a great all-round night, and just a real toughness on display again by the Hokies. A great pass, but Maddox misses it.
Terrific job by Aluma to knock that ball back out. You can't grab it, keep it alive.
Griffin with a rejection on Couture and comes up with it as well.
Body contact, but it must.
Tonight. Not this time for Couture. Look at the hustle by Maddox. Now Maddox is open, but misses the 3. They are, as you said, quicker to the ball, first to the floor.
That quickness to the ball has been so impressive. That's not the shot, even though Maddox had fallen down. They didn't make that Virginia Tech defense work at all, and now all of a sudden Duke's back on defense again.
Fourth game in as many nights. Haven't seen 1 ounce of fatigue from the Hokies at any point in this game.
I'd like to see Justin Mutz touch it here. He's made so many good decisions passing.
Hokie fans making the noise right now here in Brooklyn. Look at the energy on Murphy. He never stops. Griffin the rebound. Roach driving. And draws the foul. Now Hunter Couture doing the talking. You could hear him. Hey, look at me. Listen to me. That's, high school quarterback. You talked about all that stuff. And we mentioned this last night. Mike Young has said to everybody who asks, he's, quote, a pillar of the program. Roach at the line for Duke. One and one here for Roach. The Nothing But Net crew will be back tonight at 10:30 to break down the New York Life ACC Tournament Championship game and have post-game interviews as well over on the ACC Network and the ESPN app. And then SportsCenter tonight after the game with Michael Eaves and Max McGee. Post-game reaction from this one. And they will show you the 24 teams on both the men's and women's side who earned bids today. Joe Lenardi with up-to-the-minute bubble information as well.
Last possession, Virginia Tech didn't get into their offense. Had to just throw one up before the shot clock. Just an earlier start. And there's that low cross screen.
Aluma fouled by Banchero.
What Virginia Tech's doing there, they get a guard. It was Maddox setting a little cross screen from one block to the other to try to free up Keve Aluma in the low post. And that way Aluma, he can face up a bigger guy. It was Couture that set it, but Banchero had to go over the top. And after that little jab step, Aluma was able to get into the middle. But when it's a guard, you switch off and you're going to get favorable matchups. You'll have a guard on Aluma and then a bigger guy having to chase Hunter Couture around after he sets that screen.
Virginia Tech, a good free throw shooting team, almost 75% as a team on the season. Aluma, who's at 79, makes them both.
Duke's got to find a way to get downhill, get into the lane.
Banchero trying to do just that.
Oh, they look like he lowered that shoulder, but they look like they called a block
on Mutz.
Usually when you lower the shoulder, they call charge.
Under 4 minutes to go in the championship game, in the 7th seed, the Hokies with a 10-point lead. ESPN's exclusive presentation of college basketball is brought to you by New York Life, helping people act on their love for over 175 years.
There are all kinds of products in this world. Things that make life easier or more fun. But New York Life's product is different. It's 12,000 experts whose responsibility is to be there, to guide you through the happiest and most difficult times. People who know the most valuable things in life aren't things at all. This is our product. This is what we do.
People all over the world have my disease. The cure is finally possible.
Michael, it worked.
Not exactly. There's something inside of me that wants to consume blood.
Are you here to heal the world or to destroy it?
I don't know.
Morbius. Who are you, man?
I am Venom. I'm just kidding. It's Dr. Michael Morbius.
A new Marvel Legend arrives only in theaters. Rated PG-13.
It's time to start your own business, to turn your dream into something official. LegalZoom has helped launch and support millions of small businesses. Start an LLC, corporation, or nonprofit with LegalZoom. Let's make it official.
It's that time again. Sneakers squeaking, balls bouncing, refs whistling, and fans eating Arby's Reuben while they coach from their living rooms. Arby's, we have the meats.
I'll take it.
I'll take it. I'll take it.
I'll take it.
Yeah, I'll take it.
Take it? What do you mean I'm broke? How is it even possible?
And that's why Mom and I use Greenlight to teach you about money.
Greenlight. Learn to earn, save, and invest together.
Look, Serena Williams, Matrix. Serena, Matrix. Serena, Matrix.
Get your TV together with the best of live and on-demand DirecTV Stream.
There's a moment when we find our stride, and tomorrow belongs to us. This is the moment it all starts. It could happen if we're given the chance to play.
All this heat around Jimmy John's new Zesty Garden Turkey Club, boss needed to take some time to relax.
Try and forget about the pickled red onions, roasted tomatoes.
Stirred or shaken.
Did you say turkey and bacon?
Jimmy?
John, how you doing?
For a limited time at Jimmy John's.
A lot of emotion and intensity all night long as the 7th seed Virginia Tech Hokies try to win their 4th game in as many nights and trying to win their first ever ACC Tournament Championship. And with 3 minutes and 59 seconds to go, they have a 10-point lead on Duke. They have been great tonight, as they were last night. So what's at stake tonight for the Hokies? A trophy, eventually a banner, a championship. The first tournament championship for Virginia Tech since the Metro Conference Championship in 1979, and obviously an automatic bid into the NCAA tournament as well. This has a chance to be, really, Jay, as memorable a night as maybe this program has ever had with the way things have gone this week.
Well, it's probably not an overstatement to say this is the biggest game that Virginia Tech has had since they've been in the ACC, with an opportunity to win an ACC championship. And the Hokies have performed at such a high level. 10 of 20 from 3. They have 11 offensive rebounds. That quickness to the ball. A little 1-2-2 3-quarter court pressure from Duke.
And such an experienced team, such a gritty team. Can they close it out?
All of a sudden they're under 10 on the shot clock. Got to get into something really quickly here. Got to switch.
Murphy with 2. Aline forces it up. And down to Griffin and the Blue Devils.
Aluma was almost grabbed another offensive board that would have been their 12th. A good job by Storm Murphy to stay in front. Got an arm bar on him, picked up the foul, but took away that baseline drive.
And every foul is 2 shots. Duke's in the double bonus.
So trying to get over that screen, just got 2 hands on him, then an arm bar into his hip.
And the problem there, not only is it double bonus, but you know, if you're Virginia Tech, you want this clock to keep on running.
Yes.
You don't want them to score with the clock stop. Maddox and Aline, my yo-yo in and out offense defense. Maddox a gifted shooter.
Of the 16 assists that Virginia Tech has in this ball game, 10 of them have come from Aluma and Mutz.
Duke stepping up the pressure, but Virginia Tech handling it. Oh, careful in there, but he got out of it. And a foul.
Both teams in the bonus. Duke in the double bonus.
The foul on Moore, his first, and Aluma at the line. Aluma had not scored in this game until about 13 or 14 minutes in.
He's been brilliant since.
Has he ever? 15 points, 9 rebounds, 6 assists.
He's a very good free throw shooter. Shoots 78%. That's top 10 in the ACC. Well, when your big guy shoots free throws like that, that makes him a weapon.
Largest lead of the night for Tech. 3 minutes to go.
There, got Aluma. He got his forearms right into his back and pushed him a bit.
I think they got Couture.
Oh, did they?
Yeah. Yeah, it is on Couture.
That's a take your pick foul.
So Aluma still has 3, and now Couture has 3 as well. And again, the clock stops, and Duke gets a chance to cut into this a little bit at the line.
And Carroll went 1 of 2 his last trip to the line.
And again, Maddox in a lean out.
A lot of nervous moments right now.
Ten-point game.
And get somebody in the middle to be able to throw ahead to. You got to get it over quick. That was close for Virginia Tech.
Good job by Aluma to come up and give Murphy a target. Now Aluma on the block, spins by Griffin.
What a cut! Wow. What a cut by Justin Mutz.
What teamwork between Aluma and Mutz to extend the lead to a dozen.
Playing through the big guys. The spin move by Aluma, and Mutz got to the front of the rim and then got over it. What a big-time play with the shot clock going down, guarded by A.J. Griffin in the post, spins baseline, and a beautiful cut to the front of the rim right past Jeremy Roach. That's just a big-time play. Yet another assist for Aluma. Left the floor and found the cutting Mutz for the dunk. Beautiful basketball by Virginia Tech. Just beautiful.
7th assist of the night for Keve Aluma. You know, you could say Couture's had a sensational night. You could say Aluma has had a sensational night.
You just did.
Yeah, I did. And you know what you could also say? Even though the numbers don't maybe jump off the page, that
Storm
guy
Murphy.
right there has had a sensational night.
He has been the heart and soul of this offense. And his leadership, his floor generalship has just been spectacular. You know, when he has the ball, Mike Young feels awfully good about the way things are going.
Griffin, it won't go, down to Couture. Ahead to Aluma. And one.
Even though they've played one less game, Duke looks like the team that's a little more out of gas. And Virginia Tech stretching this lead out. Good job by Aluma to look back and then get his body in front of Paolo Banchero. So if he wanted to block it, he had to go over his back to get to it.
Up to 14. Heels no. The Hokies look like they could play all night.
This has been a courageous performance by this Virginia Tech team.
And it all started with a buzzer beater in overtime against Clemson on Wednesday, that if Darius Maddox doesn't make it, they are out. They go home. And they've gotten stronger and stronger and stronger every night. Murphy blocked by Moore. Banchero, all Keels can do is save it into Couture's hands.
And it's 5-on-4 right now because Keels has not gotten up. And Mike Krzyzewski going to his bench and putting in his deep bench players.
Yeah. The outcome has been decided. And Virginia Tech is on the cusp of winning its first ever ACC tournament championship.
What a performance by Virginia Tech. Just spectacular from the opening tap.
Both coaches emptying their benches right now, but a much different vibe on the Tech bench than on the Duke bench. What a performance by the Hokies. Obviously, Duke is headed for a high seed heading into the NCAA tournament, and there may be some very big moments to come for the Blue Devils, but people should not sleep on this Virginia Tech team. They have been one of the hottest and most dangerous teams in the country in the last 7 weeks.
Well, with the way this team shoots it, their togetherness and their toughness to come back from what Virginia Tech went through. 0-4, then 2-7 to get to ACC champions in the tournament.
Lynn Kidd, a sophomore from Gainesville, Florida, with a bucket. Tech will become the first 7 seed ever to win the ACC championship. Kidd down with a rebound. Final minute of play. And what a celebration going on behind the Hokie bench right now.
And they should. They should enjoy this. This was hard fought, well earned. A lot of heroes are going to come out of this game from Virginia Tech.
John Ojiako with a slam. An 18-point lead for Virginia Tech over Duke. About to win for the 4th time in as many nights. And boy, Mike Young, how proud does he have to be of his players?
And Virginia Tech holding Duke to 64 points.
Michael Savarino, Coach K's grandson, knocks down a 3. And that is going to do it. Congratulations to Mike Young and Virginia Tech. And let the celebration begin.
This is unfortunate. I did say I thought Duke was going to win the game, but shout out to Virginia Tech. Hunter Couture is the MVP of this game, without a doubt. MVP of the damn tournament. 31 points, 11 for 16, 7 for 9 from the three-point line. Quite honestly, Duke just did not know what to do with him today. He is the reason why Virginia Tech won. He is the reason why. He ruined Coach K's ACC championship. What a GOAT. Kaveh Luma, great game, almost a triple-double, 19 points, 10 rebounds, 7 assists. I mean, damn. Virginia Tech just came out and blitzed Duke. Shout out to Pablo Banchero, though. 20 points, 5 rebounds. He was 8 for 11 from the field. Great game. I got to be honest, he came down to guys like A.J. Griffin. He was 4 for 12. He didn't play well. Trevor Kills didn't play well, 1 for 7. He had 6 points, 4 rebounds, 4 assists, though. He had an all-around night. Jeremy Roach didn't play well. 9 points. He had 4 fouls, though, and he had 3 turnovers. It was just... They just need a little bit more, man, to keep up with Hunter Couture. Hunter Couture was the MVP of this game, without a doubt. Yeah, this is crazy. Shout out to everybody that came to watch this stream. I appreciate it. We will be back tomorrow with more basketball streams. Yeah, I wasn't really talking much. I was watching the game. I got to be honest. I was tuned in and I was in shock, in awe of what Hunter Couture did to the Duke Blue Devils. Shout out to Hunter Couture, man. He just gained a new fan, honestly. But appreciate you guys. Don't forget to like the stream if possible. Don't forget to comment. And yeah, man, I'm out. That was a